The other thing we're talking about is if you've been watching EastEnders this week, you will have probably seen one of the main characters, Phil Mitchell, going on a bit of a rampage after drinking too much alcohol. And we've spoken many times on this programme about the growing problem of alcohol and drug addiction in the Asian community, because it is quite a big deal. Well, my next guest says that booze and drugs pretty much ruined his life. Deep Singh is originally from London, now living in Birmingham, spent thousands of pounds feeding his addiction of alcohol and drugs, and says that he was constantly in and out of prison. He says he's seen it all. He's had a gun to his head, and basically he hit rock bottom. His mother kicked him out of the house, and that's when he came to Birmingham. So sitting in front of me is a very different man. Deep Singh is now a volunteer for Sikh Youth UK, and a few weeks ago even picked up a Smethwick Community Award for Outstanding Volunteer because he now helps other people. Hello and welcome to the programme.
Afternoon, Arshia.
Listening to that, all about you, tell us about what it was really like then, growing up, the lifestyle that you used to lead, because during that piece of music there, you showed me some pictures on your mobile phone. You said, this was me before and this is me now. Just tell us about that.
Yeah, that life, growing up where I was, it was a typical English area. And my mum, obviously, she was a religious Sikh, and my dad was like a haircut, he smoked and drank. And growing up, I first witnessed addiction was when my dad was drinking and being violent towards my mum. So I didn't like it, so I used to leave the house. And what I used to do was hang out on the streets and hang around with people older than me, older family members, older friends. And that's where my life sort of went in a downward spiral, because I started doing the things that the older people would do, started smoking, drinking. And it all started just casually, but then slowly it just evolved from there, and it was a massive downward spiral. It led to me assaulting people, when I was intoxicated, obviously. And I started seeing that the effects in the morning, I would remember you'll have flashback and think, what was I doing? I was, and then you're ringing people and apologising. And
yeah, because you were so out of it, you didn't realise. Tell us about what kinds of things you were drinking, what kind of drugs you were taking.
Yeah, well, it started off with light class C drugs, which was cannabis, and then it evolved. And by the time I got college, uni age, it started sniffing cocaine. I got introduced to cocaine, and from that was the one that appealed to me, because with that I just wanted more and more and more, and I couldn't hack it. And it's such an expensive drug, class A cocaine is, and it affected me paranoia. There'll be a party, we'll have a party, everyone will be, and I'll make everyone go quiet, and I'll be out the window looking and waiting for people to come.
Wow.
Like the police and that. It would just affect my mindset and alter my mindset so much.
And so in terms of the alcohol then, how much were you drinking?
When I sniffed, I'd drink a lot more. And, you smoke more, you drink more. But generally, day to day, you start off with just 1 or 2 pints, and your intentions were right, but then it was just, somebody will walk into a pub and it will click, and then there we go again. It's just, it was a constant party, basically, and it ruined my life.
You did all of this. You say that your mum was quite religious.
Yeah.
And so your father, he was just getting on with it. He wasn't bothered. Or?
No, when they saw my life going downwards, he stopped. So
right,
it affected him.
Yeah.
Using drugs has a ripple effect on the family. You see, my sisters, my brother-in-laws, the nieces, everyone. It affects everyone in your life.
You talked about some hairy moments. So you've had like a gun to your head and things like that.
Yeah.
All of these things, I mean, God forbid, none of us want to go through. But what was that moment
But basically, when you're using drugs of that expense, you have to commit crimes. It goes hand in hand. So crime and addiction goes hand in hand in my eyes when you're involved in Class A drugs. And from that, you're committing crimes daily, and you have to be on edge. You're paranoid. You're carrying weapons as well as other people are. And, it's inevitable if you're doing things to people will do things back to you. That's what that life led.
In terms of your, because a lot of people in the Asian community that maybe are drinking excessively, maybe they are taking drugs, they often do it sort of behind closed doors, so in secret. So there might be secret drinkers. And I'm not just talking about Sikhs, Hindus, Punjabis, Muslims as well that are secretly drinking behind closed doors. You were never secret about it, though.
No,
you were open about this.
Yeah, definitely. I was open from day one, to be fair. It was maybe just the way when we go to Punjabi weddings, yeah, you see a wedding, everyone knows a Punjabi wedding for its alcohol on the table.
Yeah, because like this was the other thing. What I realised is I think she was Sikh, and she was telling me that for her wedding she had like a Bacardi on every single table. It's like the thing that everybody does, and that was like alien to me, because I was like, really, is that really what happens? Like there has to be. It shows apparently how much wealth you've got if the amount of alcohol you've got or something like that.
Apparently, I think it's more of a proud Punjabi moment where they have to try and impress the in-laws, and where you're trying to impress. If your auntie or cousins had a wedding before, you want to outdo them.
Yeah.
And it's an ego thing at the same time.
Shosha, as it were.
But in the later years, what I started noticing in weddings was more people were in the toilets sniffing. Me, myself, family members, friends. So you'll be surprised if like anyone did go to a wedding and they went into the toilets. If they wiped the top of the toilet seat, I could guarantee their hands will turn white.
Wow. So, I mean, in terms of your, you talk about the sort of the hairy moments, the life of crime, you're in and out of prison throughout this. So police knew about you, they were watching you?
Definitely, they used to watch us, they used to see our day-to-day activities. Obviously, it's not individually, you do it as a gang. You go into a gang, and then you go, and when you go to prison, you meet people, and then your sort of network grows even more. And it's happening up and down the country, and this is what I'm going to say. I've been to so many prisons, I've seen people can't hack it in there. Some of my friends like committed suicide, killed themselves inside. Even out here, due to addiction, I've lost friends, close family members and friends, due to the life of addiction. It took its toll. I'm here telling the story, trying to change others, but some haven't made it through. And, this is for them and their families, and for future generations. We have to start talking and being open. If we don't speak about things, they're going to keep getting brushed under the carpet. Like everything, all the taboo subjects in the community have been over the last 40, 50 years since we've been in England.
So if you are listening to what Deep is saying right now, do get in touch. 03453 009956. If alcohol has ruined your life, maybe you know someone like that, maybe it's happening in your family right now. We can keep you anonymous if you want to come on. We don't have to give your name away. It's just a story that we want to hear. We want to know what you're going through, or even how you've got through the other end. 03453 009956. Maybe you're a secret drinker, or you know of a secret drinker. Do get in touch with me. I'm going to play some music and then continue this conversation. I'm in conversation with Deep Singh. We're talking about alcohol and drugs in the Asian community and beyond. You've got a story to tell. Do get in touch. 03453 009956. Now, Deep, we were just talking about some of the really lowest points in your life. Your mum then kicked you out of the house because your family had just had enough of you by this stage. You then came to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Out of all places. So from London to Birmingham. Tell me about that journey and what that was all about.
Basically, I was at rock bottom. I burnt all my bridges. You falling out with family, your friends. In that, it was like a cycle. I was trapped. I couldn't get out of. And no matter how hard I tried, even in prison, I couldn't find the support I wanted. Like the Sikh priest wouldn't come in, and because I'm from that background, I felt neglected from my community. And at lowest, I had a choice out of Punjab or I thought Midlands, and I watched a song that come on TV, and it was Sukhshinder Shinda singing it, and it was called Nahi Labne Soor Mein Punjab Cho. We won't find no heroes from Punjab, and it showed the state of what Punjab was within narcotics, and it come up like Punjab's state was about 70% of youth from 11 to 35 on alcohol and drugs. Wow. And I thought, if I go there, I'll be dead within a week. So I made the choice here. I had a couple of family and friends here. So I made that decision to come here. And the first thing I did was go to the temple Sikh Gurdwara, which is, and I'd done a ardas, which is a prayer from my heart in front of my guru, and I said, show me the way, keep me strong and keep me away from them, that sangat, them peers, and just keep me positive and show me the right way and keep me close.
And so through religion, through Sikhism, you managed to like say no to this life of being in and out of prison, saying no to alcohol, saying no to drugs, and what you not touched it for what?
Nothing.
How long?
2.5 years. This October the 13th will be my 3rd year this year.
Wow. And how does that making you feel, like sitting here like, telling that story, because you've not told that story anywhere?
No. Basically that from 3 years ago, I would never have thought of this day. Yeah, each day was like a massive journey of just going downwards, and it was just horrible waking up to think, oh, we're going to do the same again. It was deflating, you know. But now I'm surrounding myself with so much positivity, thanks to my guru, thanks to the peers around me. They're a massive support. And without them and my faith, I wouldn't be here.
Wow, such an incredible story. Now, you haven't just kind of stopped there. You haven't just managed to like turn your life around. You've picked up an award, which you were showing me pictures of your award as well. And this is the Smethwick Community Award for Outstanding Volunteer. So you've won this award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to win something?
It feels nice to be in the papers for something positive than negative, to be fair. You know, a nice bit of positive publicity. You can't express it. It was overwhelming. I did not expect it. We were there. I thought we've just got to the final. I didn't think it. And there's a massive respect to one of the local councillors who pushed us through to get there, because Councillor Preet Gill, she's from the Smethwick, she supported us and guided us in this like campaign I'm doing to try and support others. And it's amazing, like, you know, like people from our own community helping others, helping us to help change other people's lives.
And this is what this award is all about, isn't it? The reason why you won this award is because you are doing stuff like this campaign. You are now helping other people actually make a better life for themselves, because you're the perfect person really to be the role model for them, because you managed to turn your life around.
Yeah, of course. If people knew me from before, I do talks at the local Gurdwara, I do talks at forums, at universities, prisons. I even going into to talk to the Sikh prisoners. And you know, all these people listening, what it does, if somebody's using, we win 50% of the battle by them hearing my story, because they know, hang on, they see a mirror effect. That's them now. And I know if I can do it, anyone can do it. Because I know I was down and out. So it's easy for me. Now, them days seem long and nowadays seem short. You see what I mean?
And I mean, it just sounds like you're doing amazing things in the community. I guess there's a Twitter page, is the Sikh Youth UK, where there's all the good stuff that's happening.
Yeah, Sikh Youth UK on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Sikh Youth Birmingham. We have there's local reps. It's not just me, it's a team of us. And what happens is we've started a campaign called hashtag Sikhi Saves Lives. We do positive work. We're helping about 100 families with that, getting them. We're not just helping the person who's using, we're helping his wife, we're helping his kids, because I know the ripple effect it had on my family. And when we're changing families and bringing them closer to their faith, as well as showing them positive, getting people back into work, into education, you know, instead they were smoking crack and heroin, and now they're in the gym working and providing for their families. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, turning people's lives around. And just had a text in here from Keith in Tamworth. It says, my wife has been an alcoholic for 7 years, but kept it a secret from everyone. She blamed her memory loss and other symptoms to her medication for depression and bipolar. My wife is now in her 10th week of her 19-week residential treatment for alcoholism. It takes a brave, I'm just going to click this as well, because the text you have to click more to read the rest of it. It takes a brave person to admit they are an alcoholic, and I'm proud of my wife, says Keith. It really does though, doesn't it? What he's saying there, he's proud, because to take those steps as well, you must be so proud of yourself and your family. I mean, the relationship with your family must be very different now.
Of course it is. There's the trust factors that they don't. My mum can go to bed at night peacefully, without knowing if the police are going to come through the door, without knowing that I'm going to get a call that my son's dead or alive or gone back to prison. You know, it's all that peace of mind. It has a massive ripple effect on the family. Of course it does.
What's your message then to anybody that is listening, that maybe they're kind of going through it, maybe they in the family, they don't really know which way to turn? What kind of message would you say to them?
But I would say, obviously, I'm going to promote what we do and how it's working, because it's not just me. There's about 50 of us who have made that positive change, and I could bring them here and we could bring talkers in month on month, and we could be sitting here for months. So what I would say is Sikhi saves lives. And you know what? It turns people's lives around. It shows positivity and motivational skills, everything, people changing. So what I would say is just keep positive, cut your bad peers off, surround yourself with positivity and keep it real.
Wow, keep it real. And would you ever think that you would have done an interview like this?
No, never.
2.5 years ago, sitting in front of me doing this interview live on the radio.
No, it's amazing. Thank you for giving us the airtime as well, Arshia. Really appreciate it on the BBC. But what it is I like to talk about it is so many hundreds and thousands of families out there, not just in UK, abroad as well, in the Asian community, who are covering this, who are drinking, there's domestic violence in the house. We come to sexual grooming, when our sisters get groomed, people, they put them on the drugs, and that's the hardest bit to get the girls off. And this is how we're supporting people as well at the same time. So it's a massive issue, but we really need to stop hiding things. We have to come forward and talk. And without talking, nobody knows there's a problem.
Very, very true. Really, honestly, listening to you speak there, I'm really captivated by what you're saying, and I know there'll be plenty of listeners that are also very interested to listen to your thoughts and really your story, because that is just a remarkable story of how you managed to turn your life around. Deep Singh, thank you so much for coming in the studio. And don't be a stranger. We want you in again with more awards, probably.
No
more
problem.
Awards.
Anytime. Thank
you
you,
like,
Asha.
what kind of music are you into?
Religious music.
Religious music.
Yeah.
Have we got
Nice
any religious
hymns.
music? Nice hymns? Oh, I don't know if we've got any religious music knocking around.
I'm not going to go. I used to be a Bhangra fan, but not no more.
Oh, a bit of a Bhangra. Well, we'll try and get you some, we'll get you back into the Bhangra, okay? With some nice Bhangra music. Also, Urdu, Qawwali music as well coming up for you. Jazdami, do you like Jazdami?
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. Jazdami, well, that's good. He's all right. Do you like, have you heard the Justin Bieber Asian version?
I haven't yet.
You haven't?
No.
Well, you'll have to stay tuned for that.
No worries.
Take care, Deep.
Andrew, take care.